Okay, so after your chain, you have to crochet your double crochet your double stitches all over the chain. So after you're done, you chain 8, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you chain your 8, you turn your work, yarn over. We are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th one, you go inside with a double crochet. Now we are going to chain 6. So it's only the first starting.
38785. Here's another new job from Innova Solutions.
All right, so when you're done with your chain, you have to crochet a double crochet all over the chain. Now we're going to stitch 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 over, yarn over, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th one, you go in with your double crochet. Now we're going to chain a 6, 3, 2, 3, so that's 6. So it's only the starting that you chain 8. After the 8, you chain your 6, count 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, you go inside with your double crochet. You chain your 6. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 5th one, you go inside with your double crochet. We chain our 6 again. So 3, that's my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, so that's the last one. So we just go into the last. Make sure I go. Okay, with your double crochet. All right, so there's the first start of it. Now we're going to chain 8 again. Turn over, yarn over. So here, if you go in here, we are going to go in here to chain with our the one double crochet. But from the beginning of it, I don't want to go in. If not, your work will keep moving. So I prefer to go in the center here, center of the chain, and do my double crochet. So now I'm going to chain my 6, 2, 3, 2, 3. Then I go in here and do my double crochet. It's only this side that I prefer to do it in the chain so that it doesn't keep moving. Okay, so I'm going to chain my 3, my 6, go in here and do my double crochet, another 6, go in here and do my double crochet, go in here, this is the last one, go in here and do my double crochet. So the last side, when you only put it in the chain when you start in. So but when you get to the end, just go in here, just go direct in and do your double crochet, because we need it to move to the end. So now we're going to chain 8 again. You chain your 8 and turn your work. Since it's the beginning, anytime you begin, you go in the chain. That's if you want. You can do it in, but I don't want it to keep moving. So I'm going to go in the chain and do my double crochet. Now I chain my 6, 5, 6. I chain my 6 and go in here, direct in here. So this how the pattern is going to be. Your pattern is just going to repeat itself till you get to the length of the length of the cloth, how you want your length to be. So this side is always the downside of your cloth. All right, so let me go over with you on this one, since I'm already did this side. So there's the downside of my cloth. So the length, how you want is going to be your length. So here. So this is always the back. To start your front, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So if it's 19, if you are dividing 19 into 2, that is not possible. That's an odd number. So it's going to be 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. So that's going to give you 9. 9 will give you 18. So this will be left at 1. Anytime you get an even number, you're just going to divide it into 2. If this was 18, I'm just going to do 9, 9. But since it's 19, I'm just going to leave this odd one out, because that make it odd. So we're just leaving this out and start your back from here. Your back will always start from here. This side will start from here to go this way. All right, so all right, so I already did one side. To do the other side, you're just going to follow the same pattern. Okay. Okay, can just go, just tie it up. Okay. So we're going to chain 8, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. So you're just following the same pattern. 2, 3. So this is 6. 2, 3. You're just following the same pattern. It's just that this side. So when my stitches was even number odd numbers, so they will be left at 1. So I'm not gonna do the side. My last row will end here. Then I turn my work and keep doing. So all right, so always forget at the beginning of each you start with an 8. That same apply to here. When you get in here and you turn your work, you have to chain 8. Each beginning start with an 8, but after that everything should be 6. 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Okay. My hook got bent. It's a little bit hard to use. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. I'm left with the last one to do. 3, 1, 2, 3. So here will be the last one. If yours give you an even number, you're just going to divide it into 2. But mine was an odd number, so I'm going to leave. That's why I'm leaving the last one. So now I'm going to chain my 8, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, and turn my work. If you turn your work, anytime, as I said already, anytime you turn your work, you just go in and just to get the stitches hold. If not, when you just put it in to do it, it's going to move around, and I don't like it to be moving around. So just follow the pattern, the same pattern, and make sure you get the same number of the back. The length of it should be the same. So we're going to follow the pattern, keep doing till you get the same length to your back. And I would catch up with you to close the seams. So closing the seams is a little bit different, so I'll catch up with you later. Okay, so if you're done with your row, your number of rows, you just chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work. So on this side, what we're doing is to put double crocheting all around this side. So okay, so this is how it's going to be a double crocheting all around it. Okay, you just have to go around. You just have to go in all the stitches with a double crocheting. So that would be the last row that you have to do. Okay, all right, so you go through with your double crocheting, and I would catch up with you to close the seams. Okay, so now that we're done, you put everything, there's the seam, you just have to add those 2 seams. And we get the seam closed. So I prefer to use a small size hook to close the seam. Okay, so closing the seam is going to be a single crochet. You're going to go in each chain, but at the back side of the chain. All right, so this side you wouldn't see it that well. Let me get to the other side and I would explain that further. Okay, so it's going to be a slip stitch all around. Okay, I think this, let me just go to, I'll explain it further when I get to the other end. Okay, so we get to the chains. They should explain it further. So with the chain, each chain does have the back end. So if there's the front end of the chain, when you look at the downside, there should be the back end. You're going to stitch, you're going to put your hook in the back. Okay. Then this chain at the back. Okay, since we're working through the back, okay, you pull it out and slip stitch. Okay, so there's the chain, the front of the chain. So we're gonna go to the back, and this one to the back, and slip stitch. Okay, now when you get to this side, you just push it here and slip stitch. So it's just going to be slip stitch all over. Okay, that should be more clear since we're on the next. Okay, so have you seen your chain? This should be the front of the chain. Each chain have the front and the downside. So if this is your front, you're going to go at the back here, this side, since this is the front of the chain. I don't know how to explain it best, but I think that should be. So you try your best to get all your chain in line. So each stitch fall in line. So this should be for here. This side should be for here. We're just going to put everything in line. Everything is just going to fall in place. Okay, so this for this. This for this. Okay. So it's just going to go down to the back end of the back side of the chain and stitch it in. So example, the next example that I'm going to do should be this one. This is my chain. I'm going to stitch it to the back. So this should be the back and this should be the front of the chain. So each one is going to go through that side. You pull it and you slip stitch. I prefer to use a small hook since the back of the chain always looks small. Using a big size hook, it will be difficult to push it in, especially if your chains were a little bit tight. Okay. Gonna go through the back. All right, so this is how you're going to just close it. You can just so when you close it that way, it makes the seams look beautiful. It doesn't give you spaces in the seam. This is how you end up getting your seam. Now you see how everything is just going to fall in place when you go through the back of the chains to slip stitch through that to close the seam. All right, so you should close. You should keep doing it that way to get it closed. All right, so when you get everything closed, the next thing to do, just make sure you leave the space for your sleeve. We're just going to close it so you get to the length of how you want your sleeve armhole to be. If you want your sleeve armhole to be shoulder to the side, maybe a size 8 or 9, you just have to try your best to leave that space. So close your seams and I'll catch up with you. All right, so right now that we are done with the seam, when you're done with your seams, this is how it's going to be. So look at how the seam is. It all falls in place and it looks so good. Have you seen? All right, so when we're done, I already did the sleeve for this side. To start your sleeve, the sleeve is going to be the same pattern. We're going to start with 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay. So with the 8, you go in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'm going to do is to escape. I was saying when you're seeing your pattern this side, the armhole pattern, some look big, some look small. I'm going to skip the small ones. If you don't skip the small ones, your sleeve is going to be very loose, very open, and I don't need it too open. It's going to be very big. So I'm just going to skip the small ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to skip the small ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip the small one and go to the big one. 5, 6. All right, I'm skipping the small one. You have to skip all the small ones. This one is look big, so I'm gonna go in there because that look big. So each one that looks small, just escape, get to the end, and I would catch up with you. All right, so right now we are at the end. We're going to skip this one because that looks small. Chain 6. And we're going to do a slip stitch. So this is your first 8 chain. So 1, 2, 3. And the third one you go in and slip stitch. Right? Then you start back again with your 8. Okay. All right, so that's how you're just going to go around. If you want to do a long sleeves, when you want to do a long sleeves, you can just skip this side instead of, if you want to do a long sleeves, instead of going in here, you can just, you have to skip this and go here. Because when you go in here, since your sleeve is long, it's going to keep opening the sleeve and it's going to be too wide. So you just escape this. But I don't have much yarn, so I'm just going to do a very short sleeve. So I'm just going here since my sleeve is going to be short. All right, so that's how you get, you're just going to go ahead to do your sleeve, and it's going to, that will be the end of it. So at the end, this will be my work, and when I'm done, I will just do a chain, put in a chain here, have one chain here and one chain here, so that when you put it on, you can just tie this side. You can just put in a nice knot with the chain at the end, at the both side. All right, so that's all. Let me finish up with the sleeve, and I will let you know how it looks with the chain in front.